right? Totally different. Like a thing and you see the difference? So that's why so many Cubans fight about that. Like, no, contratiempo, it's not on two. Of course, contratiempo is not the same like on two. On two, it's something different, and contratiempo is something different. When we talk about how salsa is supposed to be danced, there's so many ways to do it, right? It depends on the music. And talking about the timing, at the beginning of the song, the Cubans start dancing contratiempo, right? Like this. Son de la loma, mamá, yo quiero saber, ¿dónde son los cantantes? Pam, param, pum, pam, 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 y usted los encuentro galantes. And then when the montuno comes, it's more rhythm, it's more like cowbells, pim, 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 and also the timbal, pim, pim, pikiting, kikiting, tikiting, tikiting, kikiting. The timbal is playing a little cowbell between the two drums, right? And also it's more percussion playing on one, right? So that's the moment when they switch to contratiempo to natural beat, right? So when we dance mambo, when we dance salsa dura, when we dance guaguancó, it doesn't matter about the time. We can dance on one, we can dance on two, but there's sometimes when the music is asking you for real to do contratiempo or to do on two, right? Why? Because the conga in one part of the song, or maybe the whole song, is going to be very strong. It's going to be like, and the bass is going to be playing with the conga, and the music is going to be asking us a lot for that, for the 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, or maybe 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Yes, it depends about what the music asks. When we have the tres, canqui, conquin, canquin, conquin, cacante. It's a little guitar with 3 double chords and have that sound, and they call it montuno. Canqui, conquin, canquin, conquin. When they switch the tres with the piano was doing the function of the tres, right? And they were calling it montuno. So that's where that word is coming from. Montuno. Conqui, conquin, canquin, canquin, cacanqui, conquin, can. When we have that instrument playing like that, so of course it's asking us a lot for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I try to do like 2 and 3 and 4 with the piano, it's gonna be a little bit weird, a little bit, right? So that's why I prefer I prefer to do 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, when the conga and the bass are very strong, like a so that part of the music is very strong in the conga. Why? Because Oscar de Leon got a lot of influence from Benny Moré. Benny Moré was his idol. So he got a lot of influence in his music by Benny Moré. Benny Moré is the rey of Cuba. He was the king of Cuba at that time. And he was playing mambo, he was playing danzón, he was playing bolero, he was playing son, he was playing everything. So he's the creator of this song. Pero qué bonito y sabroso bailan el mambo las mexicanas. Mueven la cintura y los hombros igualito a la cubana. O si no, Francisco Guayabal, Francisco Guayabal, 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 Francisco Guayabal, that's Benny Moré. Yes. So when we have that kind of music, of course, it's gonna be, we're gonna recommend to do 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yes. And also when we dance on one, it's exactly the same that we do when we do 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, right? I mean, when we do 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 on 2, it's 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6 and 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5. The count is exactly the same. 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6 and 7, and 1, and 3, 5, and 6 and 7. When we talk about like on 2 is more cadency than on 1, it is not exactly like that. Because when I do song 1 on 1, I can use exactly the same cadency, but I'm not going to be with the conga exactly, right? But the cadency could be exactly the same. 1 and 3, 5 and 6 and 7, 1 and 3, 5 and igan. I can dance on one salsa exactly with the same cadency and same flavor that I have when I dance on 2. Right? The point is that when we follow the conga, it's totally different. So sometimes we just lie ourselves, right? We trick ourselves. Dance with the conga is something different. Dance on one, dance on two, it's something different, but it doesn't matter, right? It's about, I mean, the most important thing for me is to be salsero, not just dance on one or on two. It's to be salsero, to know everything about what salsa means. All the folkloric rhythms from Cuba, from Puerto Rico, a little bit from Panama, from Venezuela, from Colombia, and a little bit from the culture from Mexico, the mambo from Mexico, the mambo from New York, the mambo from Cuba. So that means to be salsero, right? Because sometimes we have all this kind of music. For example, saliendo del hospital después de ver a mi mamá buscando una tan tan tan. Do you know that song? Mucho control, cham chaca cham y cuánto amor. There's one part when we have guaguancó, and people are just doing turn patterns instead of just. Yes. So, and people is just doing turn patterns and they don't do guaguancó, they don't do nothing of that, right? So that's my point. When we have mi vecina, the same time that we were dancing at the beginning, mi vecina, que entra y sale, everybody just doing pachanga. Because that's the only rhythm and the only basic steps that they know to do that kind of rhythm. Que entra y sale, or like this, que entra y sale. And instead of just que entra y paga, yes. And also, there's so many tools that we can use in that one too. We can do que entra y sale, or different ways to do pachanga. Que entra y sale, so there's so many things that we can do. Yes. And also when we have, for example, everybody's doing mambo, right? When I say mambo, is this 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Yes? That's what we know about mambo. It doesn't mean that that mambo is just one way to do mambo. It's basically just partner work, right? This is just the mambo from New York, the mambo from Eddie Torres, and the mambo from maybe the 50s, right? But they were grabbing all the steps from tap dancers and from contemporary and musical dancers, right? From Fred Astaire and from Gene Kelly, right? But when we talk about mambo, we really need to talk about all the things that we were doing in mambo today. Is mambo from Cuba, is mambo from Mexico, is mambo from New York, all this thing. Yes? Thank you guys so much for coming. So let's record everything now.